Hello, good evening and welcome to this forecast. We've got Monday's ranges unfolded, so we have a brief idea of what they will look like going for the week ahead. And we'll start off with dollar yen. As you know, I was looking to try and get long this. Didn't try and chase it. I'm waiting for pullbacks and it's just sort of broke away from here from the open. I would prefer if we come down into this previous resistance, could turn to support and then look for some trading opportunities. I'll leave these levels on my chart so that if it does, then I can look for some opportunities, but also keeping an eye on Monday's low. So if we do come down, deviate that and get back above, we can target Monday's high, and I'll show you an example of that. Last week was a yen. If we look at Monday, this is Monday's candle here. I've just marked out the low for you, and we also just for confluence came into a higher level of resistance and support. So you can clearly see resistance, 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 and we broke above that and retesting from the other side. So if we go down into the hourly, I'm just showing you a quick example of what I would look for in dollar yen if it came to it. So here we have Monday's low, and you can just follow structure. And so we have lower highs, lower high, lower high. We have a nice sweep, and then we break structure, close above, retest, stop below here. Easy trade. So that's what I'm looking for on dollar yen. If it sets up, I'll just mark out Monday's low. So if I'm bullish on the instrument and we see that deviation of Monday's low, then that would be an idea to get involved. So if we come down, deviate, break structure, get back inside, we could then possibly target Monday's high. So that's all. You know, if buts and maybes, we'll just see what the market gives us, but I'll be on hand if the market gives me what I would like. So let's move on to EURUSD. So bearish this as well. I want to look at some structure, or just put some structure onto the charts. I'm just going to take into account this support, 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 and just confirm support. If we can get below that structure and below Monday's low, feel like that could open up the gates to take out this previous weekly low. So just waiting for price action to determine. And I'm not saying, you know, this is what's going to happen. It's going to fall from here, and this is what's going to happen. If it could easily just go up from there, and then I'll just adjust my charts to see what's happening. Maybe we get some sort of, you know, structure where we come up, sweep this high, and then we can implement Monday's high, which has acted as previous resistance here to get in, target Monday's low. But for where price is at, if we get below Monday's low, then that'll open up the opportunities for me to look for shorts. So just keeping that in mind. Pound is sort of not really on my hit list. If you look at the daily, we do really need some sort of pullback, just like dollar yen. If we could even come into this push up before push down, if we can come into that resistance where Monday's high is, then I'll be interested in it. So just mark out Monday's range, Monday's high. If we can get a nice pullback into there, something like this, deviate back below, this is confirmed resistance anyway, deviation back below, and then look to take some shorts. So at the moment, not really close to any trades at the moment. Still need a little bit more price action, but those are really the main dollar instruments that I'm interested in. Aussie yen, I'm interested in this pullback. If we look onto the daily, we are coming into, just push this up, some support. So we have support over here, and obviously we have resistance and resistance here. So just following this, if we can get into that higher time frame structure, look to get back into Monday's low, and then look to attack those highs. So if I'm bullish, that's how I'd like to use Monday's levels to get involved. We could also follow structure, so just like over at this past structure. If we're bullish this instrument, we really need to see what's holding down the market. So we have resistance, resistance, resistance. We get that break off a higher time frame level. We get back inside a Monday's level, and we have a lot of confidence there. So we can do the exact same thing this week if we get the price action we deserve. And if it is going to go higher, then it has to show us. We can also mark out these previous lows. If we can come down, break that structure, break above those highs, and then we can look to get long. Any trades I do take will be posted into the Discord group, as you know anyway. So let's take a look at. We'll take a look at New Zealand yen as well. Go out to the daily. Getting a little pullback, nothing too serious at the moment. I would like to see this level, resistance at around 79. Resistance, would like to see if we can get some break of structure, then back inside Monday's low to go higher. But at the moment, it's a long way away from where I want to be trading it. So let's look at a few things that are pretty close. Apologies. We'll take a look at EURUSD. Getting a nice pullback on that. Just moving up these levels of structure. EURUSD daily chart, support, pullback, straight into, could be resistance. Let's go down into the hourly time frame. I've got some structure marked out. So if I'm bearish, I want to see what's holding up the market. We have this support holding up the market. And we have previous weekly high, resistance, resistance, resistance. So if we can break down, break structure, and break below this previous weekly level, then I'll be looking to get involved. This support and resistance becomes irrelevant for me at the moment because it was intraday support and resistance, and I'm more interested now in this, because we know Monday's levels. We have Monday's low here, Monday's high here potentially, but resistance, resistance and support. Monday's mid-range lines up nicely with a break in structure. So if we deviate previous weekly high, then we can get involved with a move to the downside. Now I'm not saying that is what is going to happen. I'm not saying that this could easily just go higher, but I am bearish this instrument, and if it sets up the way that I want it to, then I'll step into the market and take it. Very similar with Euro New Zealand. Let's get this off. We swept last week's high, and now just rejecting. So still need to break this structure for me to become involved. If we can get below Monday's low, I feel like that'll be where I'd look to pull the trigger. But still a lot of price action to unfold. We could just come down and bounce one more rate up, but we'll do what the market is telling us. I'm bearish this instrument. I'm looking for selling opportunities. If we can break structure, that'll be the first sign that I'll be looking to step into the market. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to go into too many other instruments, then it'll just get messy. Those are a few instruments that I'm looking at. I'll keep you updated in the Discord group with any other trade ideas that come my way. We have a lot of news coming out, so I will not be getting too involved with a lot. I'll not be putting a lot of risk into the market right in front of those events. If anything, I'll wait till those events play out and then look to step in, because usually you find in a big event that we get a spike one way and then it totally just reverses and goes the other way. So that's what I'll be looking for, and hopefully we can get those pullbacks on dollar, yen, etc. So yeah, wishing you a nice week, profitable week, and yeah, any updates I'll let you know.